Hey, shalom, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another episode of My Take with Rosh Ya'acob. I'm Rosh Ya'acob ben Abraham, Rabbi of Gethsemane Spiritual Temple Congregation. And on this show, we deal with Torah issues, everyday life stuff, and base everything off of Torah. And I am pleased to be here with you guys tonight. I had a lot of things going on. I wanted to make sure everything was good for the live show. So for the sake of things now, I'm going to switch things around a little bit. Originally, questions and answers was going to be on Wednesday, but I have so much stuff on my plate on Wednesdays, especially dealing with our Bible study. I do the Bible study for Gethsemane Spiritual Temple Congregation on Wednesday nights. And then right after Bible study, it makes it kind of difficult to get on here and jump right on here with you guys. So I said, I don't want to be on here lacking. I want to be real active, especially if I'm going to start inviting people on to ask questions. If I'm going to drop a link in the chat and say, hey, jump on here if you got some questions you want answered. If I'm going to be doing all that kind of stuff, then I need to be woke. I can't do that stuff and I'm half asleep. It's not going to work right. So I'm like, no, I gotta switch the nights. So I'm nice and vibrant and ready to conversate and get all of these things on the road. I still don't have the link set up, but you can ask your questions in the chat. The chat is set up. If you type something in the chat, it's going to pop up on the screen and everyone will be able to see it and I will be able to see it. And people that rewatch this video that's not live, they will be able to see it, right? Everyone will be able to see it and see me answering your questions. So now y'all got the heads up. I know many of y'all was used to Thursdays being relationship day. We deal with that, but I'm going to switch that to Wednesdays, which is fitting. Wednesday is, quote unquote hump day, the middle of the week. So it's fitting to talk about relationship things on that day anyway. So we're going to do that on Wednesdays now. It's going to be Rules of Engagement Wednesdays. And Thursdays will now be Question and Answers Thursdays. So I'm on here live on Thursdays. Of course, you know, Sabbath show is live. Appreciate everybody for their support for the Torah portion show to open up the Shabbat. It's been a lot of hits on that show, and I am so excited to see that show doing so well because my passion is about the Torah, and I don't want everybody to be caught up on a gossipy gossip and all this other stuff. But then when it comes to days like today, which is Question and Answer, and Friday, which is Torah portion Friday, it seemed like nobody has anything to say about it. So I want to make sure that's clear. Tonight's show, I'm not expecting it to be a long show. I'm going to get right into it because we got a young man that's heavy in the Bible. He dethroned one of the guys that everybody looked to. And let me let you know who I'm talking about. His name is Wes Huff. This guy right here, name is Wes Huff. And Wes Huff dismantled a whole brother career named Billy Carson. Billy Carson made it his career that he was going to destroy Bible beliefs and people believing in the Bible and so forth and so on. And he felt like he was the expert of all of it. And he made the mistake of running into this guy and many of the books that Billy Carson tried to use. This guy actually had the books and went to try to look for the stuff and it could not be found. And he really made Billy Carson look really, really bad. That's why y'all haven't been hearing anything from Billy Carson since. It's like he's been debunked. You know how they always try to debunk somebody? Well, this guy right here single-handedly debunked Billy Carson in such a big way that it just went viral everywhere. And it just was over for him after that. You know, he's trying, I guess he might do like many of the people do, sit in the background until they can build themselves back up and then come back out like, it's me, ha, I'm back. But this guy dismantled us because, you know, so I'm like, all right. I heard what he had to say about Pesach. I mean, not Pesach, about Easter. So we're going to get into this because now he's going after those of us who want to say that Easter is pagan, right? He's going after those of us who are running around saying that Easter is pagan, and he wants to disprove us and show us that Easter is not pagan, right? And it's like, wait a minute, dude. You know, it's like he feel like we somewhere in a room giggling and laughing, talking about how we going to show everybody that Easter is this evil stuff, and it's his job to prove us wrong and to show us that Easter is not this evil day. So we're going to focus on that tonight. Again, I know this is going to be new for many of y'all because y'all used to the questions and answers being on Wednesday, and I know many of y'all look forward to that on Wednesday. But it is now going to be on Thursday, so mark it off on your calendar. From here on out, questions and answers will be on Thursdays. Questions and answers will be on Thursdays. All right? Now, again, before I get into our sponsorship, I just wanted to say please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all really is making me proud. Is y'all helping to get the word out. It's really starting to get up there. We're now up to 102 people. So let's, you know, and I'm just like, wow, we're actually up to 102 people. So let's give it up for that. 102 people. Thank you guys. You know, and we can get more because really what we want to do is get this algorithm together, because when we get the algorithm together, that will help spread Torah knowledge more. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm so happy when I see the Torah Portion Friday show doing so well. When it started off, it only had a small amount of people. But now that y'all see that anything can happen on Torah Portion Friday, we had Divine Brother, Divine Prospect, the Moray stepped in the building. Moray Catriel stepped in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people that step into the building lately on Torah Portion Fridays. And I'm just like, it's doing it. Like, that's what it's about. Just about the Torah portion. I love the other stuff that we talk about. And I try to base all of that off of Torah understanding and knowledge. But the best thing is to actually get the Torah source, the Torah information. And I just want to make the community be lovers of the Torah so we can get this stuff over, so we can come out of this exile, so we can return to our land, so the Mashiach will come. So we got to do all these things together. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you like what's going on the channel, share it and like it. All these little quirky things work together to let the algorithm know that this is something that people want to see. All right. Now, also, I want to take time out to lift up our sister Linda and her products from Simply Gorgeous Glow. So you got the Simply Gorgeous Glow products. She got something special that's coming up soon. I can't tell y'all about it because it's in the works. It's hush hush. It's a hush hush thing. But hopefully by next week, everything will be connected with that. And we'll have that straight. But this is the beard butter. This is the beard butter. I'm about to say bread and butter. This is the beard butter. This is, to me, the top product. The top product to me is this. I love this. I use this all the time. It really makes your beard manageable. And then also, this is her second big product. You can use it in the shower. This is the beard shampoo bar, right? And it has all kind of natural ingredients. All of them got natural ingredients in it. This has the shea butter, aloe vera, tea tree, jojoba oil, rosemary, and peppermint. So all her information is in the description below. In the description below is her information, her website, different places you can buy her stuff from. So please help support our sister because she is supporting Torah knowledge. And it's not just for men. She also can have many, many things for women as well. So please check out her information below and help support her as she supports the Torah. All right, next we got Brother Alex with the Art of Clothing. Got the Art of Clothing in the building. Stand up for the Art of Clothing. It's in the building, doing real big things. Just continue to support this brother. He was with us from day one, down with us from day one, supporting and going out there and getting the information out there, letting people know about the show, letting people know about what's going on in Torah, sharing the actual information so people can know more about it on all of his platforms. He got the information down in below for you. And also we got this fresh commercial from him. And this is the Art of Clothing. All right, welcome back. Now that we got all the pleasantries out the way, we can focus on what you are here for today. I want to focus on what you are here for tonight, and that is to get into this thing where the brother is going to attempt to prove to us that Easter is not pagan. And I'm just like, really? Well, let's get into this. Now, before we get into this, I just want to remind us that our brother is heavy on religion. Remember what he did to Billy Carson? He's heavy on religion.
Are there any questions?
Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
Heavy on religion. We about to make it heavy. It's the brother heavy on religion, so we gonna... Oh, man. We gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen. All right, anyway, so let's get into this. Let's get into this. Yeah, I miss being live with you guys. All right, so he's going to start his intro. And he's really, really thorough. He actually has each segment of the video separated with what it is. I got to figure out how to do that. Like he really put that together. He got the intro, he got that, and it says it. I'm like, wow. Maybe that does that. I don't know. He's doing it. So I'm gonna let him go. Let's say what he gotta say.
What about back in December, I made a video about why modern Christmas celebrations you might have heard are pagan aren't. But what about Easter?
So we're gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna wait till it get close time to Christmas so everybody be excited about Christmas. Then we're gonna touch on that. He said he got a video he made about Christmas. Well, all the stuff people were saying was pagan about Christmas really ain't. So he's going around trying to debunk people that's been teaching truth about these pagan holidays that's been going on. So now he's on a mission to do this now. So let's see what he's going to say.
Surely painted eggs, bunnies, and even the name comes from pagan fertility cults that crept into the Christian celebration over time, right?
Now, notice how he says it. Everything he says is meticulous. So you gotta watch him. Gotta watch him. The brother is smart. Everything he says is very, very meticulous, right? He says that the Easter bunnies, the Easter eggs, he ain't saying about the chocolate, but you gotta remember the chocolate too, right? All of this stuff, he says, crept in to Easter, to the Christian observance of Easter, right? He says it just crept in. Right? Let's hear him again. I want to make sure I'm not misquoting him.
Comes from pagan fertility cults that crept into the Christian celebration over time.
So these pagan fertility cults crept in the Christianity celebration over time, right? I want y'all to keep that in mind because that is something that we're going to deal with, because we're not saying that it crept in over time. We're saying this whole idea of celebrating Easter, that's where it came from. And that these symbols just started being, became recognized as the symbols of this day. Right? So that's what we're saying. We're not saying that over time, the fertility cults crept in. We said the fertility cults was there the whole time. They didn't creep in. They was already there. There's no creeping in. Oh man, the fertility cults, they're going to creep in. No, the fertility cults was there the whole time. And that's what we're going to show. So we got two agendas he's trying to disprove. But first I had to bring the context of what it was saying, because he's setting it up based off of what he said, that the Christianity idea of Easter was always there. And over time, fertility cults snuck in and brought in their little pagan things. But that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is it was pagan from the very beginning. From the very beginning, it was pagan. Nothing didn't creep in. It was pagan from the beginning. So I'm going to let them keep going. We got to watch them. Don't worry. I'm not going to make the mistake Billy made. I'm not going to make the mistake Billy made because I know and you know that.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
We know he heavy on religion, so we got to watch him. We got to watch him. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Right? Wrong.
Oh, wrong. Okay. He said wrong. All right, go ahead, Wesley.
Starting right off the bat, we need to get the idea out of the way that the name Easter has anything to do with pagan deities.
All right, this is going to be the one right here. He did this. I said, he thought he did something with this. I'm like, okay. Watch this. Again, we got to watch everything he said. Watch this.
This is super common, and memes and articles online abound with the point that the supposed connections to Babylonian and Assyrian goddesses like Ishtar or the Anglo-Saxon Ostara is the culprits. The problem is...
Now, remember what he says. And notice how he tries to separate the two. This is where he tried to be slick. I'm not going to let you be slick, buddy. I'm bringing the two back together. We not separating the two. One is older than the other, so we not separating the two. So, you got Ishtar. We all know about Ishtar. He know he couldn't disprove Ishtar, so watch how he tries to disprove the thing about Ishtar. Because he know we all know about this. Like, come on now. Stop playing games, right? So, watch how he tries to be smooth with this. Watch this.
However, that these claims lack true credibility and substance.
Okay. Explain more, Wesley. I mean, Wes. I'm going to call you by your nickname like you got on it. You got Wes. Explain more, Wes.
The name Easter, to celebrate the time of Jesus' death and resurrection, is only a reality in Germanic languages like English.
Now, notice what he said. He says the name Easter, which was meant as the celebration of the Mashiach's death, burial, and resurrection. That Easter is only found in English and Germanic, and English is a Germanic language, right? Because remember, Germanic, it was 10 Germanic tribes that caused Rome to fall. Those 10 Germanic tribes are what we call today Europeans. They was all known as Germanic tribes. So, and he should know this, but he put it up there like it's two separate things. So I'm gonna let him ride with it, even though we know it's not two separate things. So, the idea of what the disciples was doing is what he's talking about. The Talmudim, or the disciples, the original followers of the Mashiach, they focused on his death. They didn't focus on a resurrection. The Goyim, the Gentiles that came in later, they focus on the resurrection. Resurrection. Even the Mashiach said to focus on his death. We're going to get to that. So number one, this idea of focusing on the resurrection is out of pocket because it don't coincide with Torah. But I'm going to show you even how that is hypocrisy and even how that's wrong. So, but I'm going to let him get into this first. I think this is one of his most important ones. So I'm going to rewind it back And I'm going to let him get into this part.
Ishtar, or the Anglo-Saxon Ostara, is the culprits. The problem is, however, that these claims lack true credibility and substance. The name Easter, to celebrate the time of Jesus' death and resurrection, is only a reality in Germanic languages like English. If you look at basically any other language or non-Germanic linguistic heritage, and especially those with...
Oh, so he did say Germanic. Germanic, right? Showing that English is one of, but he just had German under it. That kind of threw it off. But the Germanic tribes, or the Germanic tribes, right? Which England is one of them, right? Also France. All the Europeans came out of it. So he did that. But now he putting up Spanish and Swedish. These are all these Dutch. Like, hold on, let me see something right here. So Greek, I give them that. But Bulgarian, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, all of these are Germanic languages. These are the Germanic tribes. But he's going to show us something, right? These languages outside of English says Pascha. That should sound familiar, right? Especially for us in the Hebrew community. Pascha is like saying the Paschal, Pascha, right? Paschal or Pascha. Y'all should know what we talking about, right? If y'all know and y'all looking at this on a replay, put it in the comments. I'm going to give you a few seconds to put it in the comments. What's Pascha, right? What's Pascha? What is that about? Pascha? All right, I got you. Pascha is dealing with the Passover. That's what that is saying. The Passover. They call it the Paschal Lamb, the Passover Lamb. That was the offer that was done for Pesach. Pesach, Pascha. Right? Y'all with me? So, what he's showing us right here is the early believers was keeping Passover. Now, he's going to gloss over that and try to focus on Easter Sunday and blah, blah, blah. But that's not what they was doing. So even in his trying to debunk, his whole stuff is unraveling what really was going on that he would have to admit. Because remember, he got to admit this, right? Because remember...
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
He heavy on religion, so he got to be able to admit that. You got to be able to admit that. All right? They were celebrating Passover. It was not celebrating nothing called Easter. As he himself is saying, when you look at the Greek, it says Pascha. And when you look it up, it tells you that it means Passover. But guess what? Somebody named King James, in his translation, put Easter there. Why? Why, King James? Why you put Easter there? Why you put Easter there? I don't understand. Why would he put Easter there? There's something to think about. But let's keep going. Because he's helping to prove he's helping to prove the point. Because this stuff we try to tell people all the time. They wasn't celebrating Easter, people. They was celebrating Pascha. They wasn't calling Easter Sunday Pascha. They was calling Pascha, which is Passover, Pesach. That's what they was celebrating, Pesach. It was not celebrating Easter. So that's one strike against them right there. But I'm going to let him keep going. Because, again, he's heavy on religion.
Latin or Greek origins, you're going to find it being called Pashka, deriving its origins from the Jewish celebration of Passover.
Deriving its origins. No, that's what it was. It wasn't deriving an origin. They were celebrating Passover. Deriving its origins from Passover. That's what they were celebrating. Passover. They weren't celebrating nothing new called Easter. They didn't take Passover and now say we're going to do something different and call it Passover. Passover was Passover. So I'm glad he's debunking himself as he debunks. Let's keep debunking. We debunking together.
Which occurs around the exact same time. Trying to connect the word Easter with the name Ishtar.
Now, he says it occurs the exact same time. That's not true. Sometimes Easter, I was going to say Ishtar. Sometimes Ishtar or Easter is celebrated after Pesach is over, like this year. Pesach ended. We had Pesach and the whole celebration, all of unleavened bread, Chag Masot. We call that whole celebration Pesach. So that whole celebration lasted for a whole week this year. And then after it was over and done, then Ishtar happened, or Easter happened. So it didn't happen the exact same time. It don't happen the exact same time. One time, it was like a month later when Pesach happened and Easter had already happened. The Hebraic calendar and the Gregorian calendar are different. So unless you're actually following Pesach and how it's supposed to be done, Easter and Pesach do not always fall on the same time. It don't. So that is not true. So that's one fallacy. He's putting out fallacies. That's one fallacy right there. But again, we got to remember.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
Hold on. I want to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something. I want y'all to see this because I want you to see what I'm saying. I don't want to just tell it to you. You be like, how we know who to believe? Do we believe Wes or do we believe Rosh? Who do we believe? I don't know who we believe. I'm going to help you figure that out. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. All right. So I'm going to try to make this screen bigger so you guys can see it because I'm like, I got to make this screen bigger. So we're going to, because I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. So let me make this screen a little bigger. Because this is the calendar, right? This calendar can be found online. It's called Hepcall, which stands for Hebrew calendar. And let me bring myself up on the screen too. All right, so this is the Hebrew calendar, right? So I want y'all to notice something. As y'all might think I'm just making this up, right? But I'm not just making this up. Watch this. All right, so Pesach. See how that says Pesach right here? This says Pesach or Erev Pesach. That means the evening of Pesach. This is when we ate the Seder. We ate the Seder on this night. Once the Shabbat ended on the 12th of this year, we ate the Seder, right? That's when we ate the Seder on Pesach, right? Paschal, Peshka, as he said, right? That's what it's talking about. This is what the Talmudim or the disciples observed. This is what they was observing when it says that they broke bread. Right? Now, I want you to see this. It says Pascha, right? Then it says Pascha 1. So this let you know this is the daytime part of it. And it's the first day of the 15th month of Nisan, which we would say is the first day of unleavened bread, or Chag Hamatzot, right? So this is this. Now watch this. We had 7 days of celebrating this, right? And then on the 7th day, it ended on a Shabbat. When the evening came, that Shabbat, it was over. And then on his 20th day, which was my Ema's birthday, we see rest and shalom. On his 20th day of April, was also Ishtar, or Easter. That's why they kept Easter at, on this day, right? That's what I let you know. That's where they kept Easter at. Pesach is over. Pesach been over. So to say Easter and Pesach happens at the same time, it's not true. Now you might say, well, that was this year. I'm quite sure it normally be, it was close enough. Okay, let me go back up. I'm gonna switch the years. I'm gonna go back to 2024. I think 2024, it might did line up. Let's see. 2024. All right, and that was this year. That was on April the 20th. Now I'm trying to remember. See, because I don't even know nothing about Easter. And they not gonna show Easter on no Hebrew calendar. So we're not gonna be able to look and see Easter. So let me look up and see when was Easter in 2024. All right. All right, so it was in 2024, it was March the 31st, right? So now we're going back here. Now, you see this? When was Pesach? Pesach last year started on the 23rd of April. The 23rd of April, the evening part where we had the Seder was on the 22nd of April. And the 23rd of April is when we celebrated it, right? And it went all the way down. And then it ended on the 29th of April. This April, everybody. Guess when Easter was? Easter was March the 31st. See, this March the 31st. So Easter was way up here. So Easter happened way before Pesach. Was nowhere near Pascha. Nowhere near Pascha was Pesach. I want us to keep this in mind because he said Pesach and Pascha the same thing. It happened around the same time. No, he said it happened at the same time, right? No, it does not. Easter happened almost a month before Passover. Almost a month last year. This year, it got close, but Pesach this time happened before it. And then when Pesach ended, then Easter happened. So, somebody not telling the truth here. Sorry. I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you guys are thinking, right? This guy's heavy, right? Hold on, I got you. I know what you guys thinking.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
I know what you thinking. This cat heavy on religion. He taught Billy Carson. How could we doubt him? He taught Billy. I was going to tell Billy Carson. I just wasn't on there at the time to get a chance to tell Billy Carson up. I was going to tell him up. He was getting on my nerves too. I was happy when he tore him up. Well, that ain't going to give him a free pass to say whatever he want to say because he taught Billy Carson. All right. Oh, he taught Billy Carson. Let's let him get away with saying whatever he want to say. No. No, we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that, buddy. So let's go back to his video and see what else he wants to tell us. Let's go back to his video and see what else he wants to tell us.
Ishtar is what we call an association fallacy. In other words, it's
all right, so he says saying Easter and Ishtar is talking about the same person or the same celebration is an association fallacy. Let's listen carefully, because I'm telling you, he's real meticulous. We gotta watch him. He's real meticulous. I ain't gonna let him slip up. I ain't gonna let him slip away. An association fallacy is a conclusion drawn based on the similar sounding words, but in reality, it's an irrelevant association, as the linguistic, cultural, and etymological roots don't cross paths. Now, he's saying that the names just sound alike, but they don't have nothing to do with each other. You guys believe that? Let's look into it. Hold up. That's what he said. We're going to go with it. I'm going to let you hear his example he's going to give. Watch this example.
A conclusion drawn based on the similar sounding words, but in reality is an irrelevant association, as the linguistic, cultural, and etymological roots don't cross paths. The Christian celebration of Easter and the Babylonian goddess Ishtar have about as much to do with each other as Steven Seagal has to do with the beach seagull.
Now, notice, Steven Seagal, beach seagull. They got the same name, but one is a human being and a movie star, and the other one is just a bird. They don't really cross paths at all. That's what he tried to say. It's just, the names just sound alike. And I said, really? Is that what we doing right now? Are we really trying to act like Ishtar was not celebrated during this time that you are now talking about Easter is celebrated? Are we acting like that is not true? Is that what we're doing right now? But then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
Oh my goodness. Let's look at this. I want us to go. We'll go to the encyclopedia. I want you to see this. I'm not letting them gaslight y'all. He wants y'all to feel good about celebrating Easter. So y'all can say, well, Wes said it's good, and Wes disproved you guys. We're going with Wes. So I want y'all to see this. I know I'm just a lowly rabbi. I don't know much. I don't know much. Let's see what I do know. All right, let's see. Hold on, let's go in. Let's see what I do know. Cause I don't know much. I'm just a lowly rabbi, right? I don't know much, right? So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. Cause you know how it is to be lowly. All right. Let me put my man back right here. Wanted to make sure I don't mark up these words. I want y'all to be able to see all the words around me and everything. So we're going to search up Ishtar. All right. Now, Ishtar is a Mesopotamian goddess. Let's make this bigger. Let me see if I make it bigger. Is it going to mess things up? Yeah, messed it up a little bit. Like 150 look like it's about as big as it's going to get. All right, so 150 it is. All right, so everything's good. Y'all see everything good. All right. Look, Ishtar. And I'm just going off the fly with this. All I did was just open up different books that I know I probably was going to go into, but I didn't even prepare for this. So I want y'all to think, because this is this light work, like proving that Easter is pagan. That's not nothing hard. But okay. Ishtar in Mesopotamian religion, goddess of war and sexual love. Ishtar is considered a member of the special class of Mesopotamian gods called the Anunnaki. Now we keep hearing about the Anunnaki, right? We hear about the Anunnaki all the time, right? I think Billy Carson was talking about the Anunnaki. Remember Billy Carson? Remember him? Anyway, it's the guy asked if you remember. The brother been quiet. Brother been real quiet at the West. Brother real quiet at the West talk to him, boy. Anyway, Ishtar is the Akkadian counterpart of the West Semitic goddess Astera. Wait a minute. He not gonna say that about this. Ishtar and Astera is the same. Wait a minute, Wes, where you at, Wes? What's going on here? All right, let's see. Let's keep going. Inanna, an important goddess in the Sumerian pantheon, came to be identified with Ishtar. So all these are identified with Ishtar, but it's uncertain whether Inanna is also Semitic origin. It's more likely her similarity to Ishtar caused the two to be identified. All right, so now, they try to get us. They want us to pay. We want it for free, fool. Hold up, they messed it up. Let's see related content. We got to outsmart them. They try to get us to pay. We got to outsmart them. You know what? I'm not even going to play with them. I don't got time for y'all. Ain't nobody paying y'all. Let me come out of this. I'm not paying y'all. All right. I wanted a replicable source. That's why I used them, but I wait for the sources to pop up because I'm not paying them. Sorry. Y'all not getting no dough. I know I got AI bringing stuff up. Let's see what AI got to say. So let's see what AI got to say. All right, so you got let me see. Let me see. Goddess of love and sexuality. So let's click on that. I'll try to get all this stuff. Maybe this way it's going to open up. I knew they would find a way for us to get to see it without it being lost. All right, so let me make this. Let me go back to standard. That's good. All right. Let me see. Maybe I should have prepared. I wanted to go live. I thought the Britannica just would show it. I did not know that they was going to make it where you had to pay them some money. It was not really expected to pay nobody no money just to be able to read a definition. All I need is a definition, people. They open it up. See, I knew it was a way to find it. I'm about to say, see how they open it up now? First they had it where they wanted you to pay, but I had to do a go around just to get to it. I'm like, I'm not paying y'all for this. Anyway. I wanted to see when she was celebrated. Because that's the thing. Because they showing all the connections. But we want to see when was she celebrated. So let me see. When was Ishtar celebrated? Oh, they talking about fertility cults. I don't know. We see our time. People, hold on 1 second. I got y'all. I just wanted to know what time of the year was she celebrated. Now, notice what it says. And this is AI. So we got a brother who's using AI to try to debunk stuff. So I'm going to take a page out of his book and use AI too. Ishtar, the Babylonian and Assyrian goddess of fertility, love, and war, was celebrated during the spring equinox. When is that? Her worship involved celebrating the renewal of life and the beginning of agriculture seasons. When do they celebrate the beginning of agriculture season? And renewal of life. What do renewal of life mean? Right? Some scholars believe early Christian missionaries may have incorporated aspects of Ishtar's spring festival into their celebration of Easter. Now, this is what he's complaining about, right? Why would they say that, though? Let's see. Maybe it's a link to this so we can see the connect. Is it a link for this? Because I'm just curious, you know? Just curious, you know? Let's see if there's some kind of link for this. Let's see. Now, this is what he was speaking about. Now, we're going to hear him talk about eggs, right? And first thing he's doing is he's going to make this separation. He got to separate Ishtar from Easter. He got to separate Ishtar from Easter. That's the first thing he has to do. So it's like, well, because once you connect the two, then you got a problem, because look what it says. As a fertility goddess, Ishtar was often associated with eggs. She was often associated with eggs. I want y'all to remember that. I'm gonna see if I can bring up on here. Let me see if I can bring up the Sephiria. Let me see. I'm messing up all day. He probably like that. He probably say, yes, mess up. I wanted to bring it up because I wanted y'all to see it bigger. But it seemed like you still not seeing. It seemed like you still seeing it the same size. So let me see if I can. I want to make this bigger. Because this is kind of small right now. What's this? This is, if I make it too big. All right, that's good. I wanted to make it bigger because that was kind of small. All right, so watch this. Watch this. As the early fertility goddess, Ishtar is often associated with eggs, which were seen as a symbol of life and rebirth. So eggs wasn't just something that was in plenty. We're going to hear him talk about eggs was in plenty and blah, blah, blah. No. Eggs is associated with Ishtar. Matter of fact, in one of these pictures, I believe they got her with a bunch of eggs. I don't know if it's going to be on here, but they actually had Ishtar with a bunch of eggs. it was another picture where they had I'm gonna see if I can find that picture. Let me see if I can find that picture. Matter of fact, we doing all kind of things. We live, so anything that could go wrong is going wrong. Let's keep it on that memento. All right, so we're gonna see. Ishtar. I want to see if we can see her images. Images. There's an image of her with a bunch of eggs. I remember seeing that image. I was like, wow, what in the world? You know what? It might be the other name that's associated with her. The head, the eggs. Boom, 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 boom. What's the other name? Ashtara. I know I spelled it wrong. One of them had eggs. Had a bunch of eggs. It was like, what is all these eggs? Okay. Maybe I gotta put. Is that it? No, that ain't it. I'm trying to find this for you guys because I want y'all to see what it is that it said. This is a later drawing. Look at drawing, $107. Wow. I'm gonna put slash eggs. There it is. There it is. I know it's there. I don't want y'all to think I'm going crazy. He talking about he gonna show us it with eggs. Here it is, people. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy. Let me see. Let me see if I can. This is different pictures of the same image. I'm gonna see if I can find a bigger one that I can blow up for y'all to see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. This ain't no bigger than the other one. I'm gonna try to open it though. Open image, new tab. Look at this. That's not fat on her, people. That's not fat. I want y'all to see that's not fat. Those are eggs. Those are eggs. So she's definitely associated with eggs. It definitely has a pagan origin and trace. So that's why he's not going to delve. I'm going to go back to him and want you to see. He's not going to delve too much into her. Number one, she's celebrated during the spring equinox. The spring equinox is when they celebrate Easter. Easter is not celebrated according to a calendar date like Pascha or Passover is. Passover is according to a certain date on a Hebraic calendar. That's why when it's matched up with the Gregorian calendar, it always changes. Easter is celebrated according to the spring equinox. So when he says it's a fallacy because it's just the names sound alike, but it don't really got no cross-reference, it do got cross-reference. It ain't just the names just sound alike. It got cross-reference. Both of them are dealing with certain things. So to say that, oh, it's just dealing with the name sounding alike is not true. And I want to make sure you guys got that. It's not true. It's not true at all. They do got stuff in common. Both of them celebrate stuff dealing with eggs. Here's an image. This is an image of Ishtar with eggs. Y'all seen what I typed in? I was trying to just find it, but they wasn't showing it. So I said, let me just type it in instead of keep searching through images until it finally appeared. I typed it in, Ishtar/eggs. It brought up the idol. This is the idol of Ishtar. She got eggs all over her body. Is that just a kawinky dink? On top of that, she celebrated during the spring equinox. So you might be like, come on, come on, come on, Where is Easter celebrated? I want y'all to see for yourself. Easter is celebrated when? Let's see. I want to hear about. I want to hear when is it celebrated. See, they going over to the meanings, and they gonna try to bring out the stuff about Christianity and so forth and so on. I just want to know, how is the date determined? There we go. Easter's date is determined by the first Sunday. Notice, the date is not determined based on when the Messiah, death, burial, and resurrection, as our brother Wes want us to believe. They say nothing about the death, burial, resurrection. You know when it says Easter is celebrated or determined by the first Sunday after the full moon that occurs on or after the vernal equinox, the beginning of spring. Right?
Jamie, you want me to leave the lights on up here?
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
I want y'all to remember that. I want y'all to remember that Easter is celebrated during the spring equinox. Isn't that when it said they celebrated Ishtar? Easter have eggs. Don't they celebrate Ishtar with eggs? So it's more than the name sounding alike. The very celebrations are the same. It's more than just the name sounding alike. The very celebrations are the same. They the same. So I want y'all to keep that in mind. So it's not just they sound alike. They are the same. I gotta get better with this, switching things around. But just want you to remember what our brother said. I know I keep running it in a hole, but
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
he heavy on religion. He heavy on religion. So let's get back to him. let's get back to him. I'm not going to be here much longer. I know I went over a little bit of the time, but I really want to take our time with this. I might come back and deal with him some more because he says a lot of things, a whole lot of things. And I don't want us to feel like we can easily just skim over these things because the brother's heavy on religion. But I'm going to let him go back to what he's saying and just continue to go from there. So let's go back. Let's hear his premise again. Let's hear his premise again.
Is what we call an association fallacy. In other words, it's a conclusion drawn based on the similar sounding words, but in reality is an irrelevant association as the linguistic, cultural, and etymological roots don't cross paths.
Now, after what I just showed you, is this true? Does the celebration of Easter not cross paths with how they celebrated Ishtar? Is it just the name sounds similar, but nothing else is associated with it? Easter is determined not by the death, burial, and resurrection. That's not how they determine when Easter is going to be celebrated. Easter is determined by the spring equinox. Easter has eggs as its main symbol, which symbolizes life and a renewal of life. It symbolizes life and a renewal of life, right? That's the same way they celebrated Ishtar. Not that they made hard-boiled eggs. See, he wants us to focus on making the hard-boiled eggs. People be getting probably to make the hard-boiled eggs later on, but just the symbol of the egg itself. The symbol of the egg itself. Right? Same thing. So it does cross paths. It's not just a similar words. They sound similar. So that's not true.
The Christian celebration of Easter and the Babylonian goddess Ishtar have about as much to do with each other as Steven Seagal has to do with the beach seagull.
Now, is that true? We just got shown that that's not true. That is not true at all. It's not true. He said it. It sounded good. Steven Seagal, beach seagull. See how he even tried to make the whole thing rhyme? But it wasn't true.
Beyond the fact that seagull and seagull sound similar, they're completely unrelated, and the same goes for Easter and Ishtar.
And we just got shown that that was not true. I just debunked them on that. That right there should kill the whole argument for real. I shouldn't even have to go further on with any of this. Right? But I know of some people that feel like, you know, you got to go further out because we got to remember.
Are there any questions? Hey, watch it, baby. This cat is heavy on religion.
This cat is heavy on religion. But we're gonna come back to him next week. I don't want to make the show go over. We had all kind of technical difficulties and things happen. I think we had all kind of technical difficulties and things happen that was out of my control. But that's part of being live. So I don't want to keep harping on to those things. I don't want to take us longer than we got. I want us to be able to keep within this time period and go with it. So I proved the point thus far. We're going to delve even deeper because he's going to say even more things. He's going to say even more things. It's not going to end right there. He's going to say even more things. So I want us to be prepared for that because we got to remember this guy took out the great Billy Carson. Like that. Just like what I just did to him. That's what he did to Billy Carson. See how I just dismantled this whole stuff and made it like you ain't know what he was talking about at all? I just dismantled it and threw it to the side. Like, man, what are you talking about? That same thing he did to Billy. Turn around is fair play. What did it say? Turn about is fair play. I can't remember. I don't know that sad, but anyway. We're going to go ahead and get ready to close out, people. So I thank you guys again for being here with us. But before we close out, we gotta deal with our artists of the week. And these three sisters are going strong. So let's listen to them three before joy as they chant our spiritual song, the Shema.
Shema, 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 Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Blessed be his name, his glorious kingdom reigns forevermore. Hear, O Israel, the Lord God, the Lord is one. Blessed be his name, his glorious kingdom reigns forevermore. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Blessed be his name, his glorious kingdom reigns forevermore. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one.
Appreciate them sisters. Oh, beautiful, beautiful voices. So with that being said and done, thank you guys again for watching another episode of My Take with Rosh Ya'acob. Please like, share, and subscribe so we can get this Torah knowledge spreading out to each and every one, so we can expose fallacies like this is being sold to us. With that being said and done, I want to wish you all Layla Tov and Shalom.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohim